What's up? What's up? What's up? What it do? How y'all doing? Free to real. Hey, I ran across an interesting story this morning while I was researching something else. Now, anybody that follow my channel, y'all know that I got a I got a fetish for finding rats in cases that I read. Not necessarily chasing the rats themselves, but in the case I be trying to figure out how did the government corroborate their information. You know what I mean? And I always explain the treachery of rats. And listen, people think I do that because I'm pro-criminal. That's a misconception. I'm not pro-criminal, man. I'm not anti-criminal. I'm not anti anything other than something that's rat. But I read an article by a judge, and the judge was warning the American justice system about the heavy reliance on federal cooperators. And they was explaining in the case how federal cooperators, which we call rats or snitches, how they are historically untrustworthy and that their testimony leads to many, many reversals on appeals. And is a book out right now called Frame by John Gresham. And forgive me, I can't remember the co-author's name, but a buddy of mine by the name of Corey Moore. Shout out to Corey Moore and all the the real Black August type men. But the first two chapters of the book is about groups of men that had wrongful convictions of murder and all types of heinous acts, right? All of them were not guilty. I'm not talking about appealed and beat the case on like a lot of street guys, we beat the case, we find a way. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about regular citizens that were convicted, accused and convicted of terrible crimes. Let me give you one of them. I think I spoke about this before, but it's been in my head for weeks since I've been reading this book. I think it's called the Norfolk Six or the Norfolk Seven. Anyway, a lady unfortunately was raped and murdered in Norfolk. Norfolk PD did a terrible job investigating the case. The person who really did the heinous act admitted to the act years later, or sometime later. Let me not say how long, but enough time later that 7 people were convicted of the crime, accused of the crime. 2 or 3 of them got released. And guess why they got released? Because they didn't make a statement. The ones who had forced coercions into their confessions, they got found guilty. Make a long story short, it's proven that not only did they not do it, some of it wasn't even in town to do it. And it was based upon, I ain't gonna just say rats. Some of the people who accused these people of crime were other people that the government scared, and Norfolk PD scared into believing that if they didn't tell, they would get the death penalty and they would get life in prison. So they made up a story and went with what the police said. We're not even gonna call them rats and snitches. They not even in the game. They don't even live by the code. They was just doing what they thought they needed to do to get out. And in the process of doing it, the government made them cooperating witnesses. And they sent people to jail. Anyway, to make a long story short, they all admitted that they lied. And many of these articles in this book specifically right here is talking about how the government's reliance, heavy reliance on government witnesses and snitches is a danger to the American justice system. And I agree. But anyway, I ran across a story today about a DEA informant that thought he was so slick that he could steal $150,000 from the DEA with money that they gave him use. So check this out. A man is accused of laundering millions of dollars for international narcotic rings. Also tried to steal $150,000 from the U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency. Federal prosecutor said. So I immediately had to read that. I said, damn, he tried to steal $150,000 from the Fed. So his name is Daniel Sean Zilke, right? 49, most recently of Mexico City, was sentenced in Los Angeles to 87 months in prison on November 4th, right around election time. The U.S. Attorney's Office for the Central District of California said in a news release. He also was ordered to pay $150,000 to the DEA and pay $50,000 in fines, prosecutor said. Zilke, if I'm pronouncing his name right, I never heard that last name before, also known as the Englishman. Hey, Google this case if you're interested in true crime and stuff like this. This person called the Englishman been in the news for months at least. He's also known as the Englishman. He helped to oversee money laundering operations from 2015 to 2020, prosecutors said. He's been out here doing this for 5 years. So dudes be like, why you always worried about rats? Why you because it'd be interesting to me that these dudes do these things for years and years and years. And all you guys are supposed to be active. Y'all say, I don't care, I don't care. And then he be in y'all midst, then all of a sudden y'all care. I care all the time because it's interesting to me. One dude told me, you always talking about rats. Why don't you go do something about it? What? Do something stupid? I am doing something about it. I'm explaining to people how to avoid them. That's what I'm doing about it. He arranged to pick up this the Englishman. He arranged to pick up millions of dollars from drug dealers across the U.S. and deposit them in various bank accounts, including ones purportedly belonging to a charity, prosecutors said. In 2019, the Englishman approached the DEA and offered to help expose the money laundering ring, prosecutors said. The DEA had been investigating the Englishman himself for years at that point, beginning in 2015, officials said. Now look how these rats, bruh, these rats be so tricky. They think they so smart. The Fed's investigating him. He probably done figured out through some other rats or through his intelligence that they investigating him. He tried to beat the Feds to the punch. He run to the U.S. Attorney's office and say, hey, let me cooperate. And what do? They say, sure, come on. So after being made a cooperator and agreeing to always be truthful, the agency gave him $200,000 to be laundered by a partner and then to be returned to the DEA. So the DEA know what he doing, know what type of people he dealing with. They gave him 200 bands. They say, go launder this money. Show us how you do this so we can lock the people up. He go do it. Instead, when he go do it, Zelke returned. He does this how they double crossing snakes. Rats don't care about nobody. He doubled back, right? Returned to his partner 2 weeks later and took back $150,000. So look at the way the snake mind work, the rat snake mind work, right? He set up whoever this alleged partner is. He baked the cake for him, know he going to jail, know he gonna tell on him, right? Give him the 200 bands. Let the feds, the DEA get ready to do what they do, sneak back and get $150,000 to cuff. Gonna let his partner, whoever is alleged partner, because maybe they use the word partner different. That can't be my partner. He can't be his partner if he gonna sacrifice him like that on the cross. But he double back and get $150,000. Think he gonna keep the $150,000. The partner gonna go to jail, get convicted. He gonna get credit for it and keep it moving. Get a 5K1, get immunity for everything, whatever he want to do. But he tried to get the money. Going back to big meat situation for 1 second. That's the same type of thing Tammy Cohen did. Dude name is Terry White. She set him up with some money laundering, drug, and all this other stuff with the DEA, the same type of way. Y'all big old hero, big meat. This is what his partner did to someone else. And she got over about $250,000 in that drug, in that conviction. You dig what I'm saying? These people make millions of dollars. She done made at least, forget BMF, 50 Cent ain't doing nothing. That ain't nothing compared to the money she can pay from the DEA, Tammy Combs. But anyway, after this dude doubled back and got the $150,000 from his partner, right? He tried to cover up the theft by repeatedly lying to agents about why it was taking so long to launder the money. Maybe his partner smelled the Mickey in the equation. You know what I'm saying? But these rats so wicked that he gonna outsmart the DEA, outsmart the criminal that he dealing with, and get the money, and he the smartest one. No, they got him on this one. So 2 others were also accused of participating in the money laundering operation, and they were previously convicted. I wonder how did they got convicted. No 5K1 over here, man. Free the real. You know what the business is. DC or nothing.